98.6 Retro FM. We play the music you want to hear. Hello, I'm RetroJules. Well, it's a car journey of a sort. It's a cable car journey. I haven't tanked for 2 weeks. I've been away for one of them, and the week prior to that, I honestly just didn't have the time. But I am looking forward to getting back into it and seeing what wonderful changes wargaming have made in the 2 weeks I've been away. Yeah, I thought as much. So, welcome to the Tatra Mountains National Park. I'm going to take you on a little cable car journey to Mount Kazbrovsky, nope, said that wrong, Kazbrovy Vrch, which is 1,985 metres above sea level. And for those of you who aren't interested in mountains, national parks, me, holidays, turn it off now. This video is not for you because there's no tanks in this video, although there may be a tracked vehicle at some stage. So we stayed in Zakopane. We took a small bus journey to a little town called Kuznice, which was only a 10-minute bus journey, and in fact we ended up walking back because it was actually quite close. And I'm glad we did walk back, because we would never have found the beautiful, tiny little chalet-style Polish restaurant that we had lunch in. We'd stayed in Zakopane and weren't really sure what to do. We're not skiers, we didn't go there to ski, however, we did go there to see some snow. And as you can see from the shots here, there's a lot of trees down. This used to be absolutely covered in forest, and several years ago, perhaps about a decade ago, they did say the forest was pretty much flattened by very, very strong winds, and it flattened and took the tops off loads and loads of trees. But my wife, Mrs. Retro, is scared of heights. Admittedly, I'm not overly keen on heights myself. I don't mind heights if I'm in something safe, like a cable car, but if I'm dangling over the edge of a ledge, then I'm not so keen. So actually, to convince her to come with me was thumbs up to her, because she was cacking herself, in all honesty, and I felt that it was really something I wanted to do for 3 reasons really. Wanted to see the snow, and on this particular day the snow was only at the tops of the mountains. As it happens, the next day absolutely hoofed it down with snow and everything was covered. Secondly, never been to a ski resort, and thirdly, never been in a cable car. So this is just basically our little journey, and because I haven't been tanking, I haven't got any tank videos to show you. And I know there's a lot of you out there who play tanks, or used to play tanks, and still watch my videos, and do watch my videos, and you guys can't or don't get out much. So I like to make these little videos for you, so you can just sit back, relax, and just see something just a little bit different. So the cable car journey is split into 2 sections, and we're coming up to the first station now, where you then split? Yeah, the cable car splits. You get out of one car and go into another, and go right up to the top of Kazbrovy Vrch. I've practiced this as well before I made this video, and I still can't get it right, but that's about as close as you're going to get, which is 1,985 metres above sea level. So we're approaching the first station, where we swap over cable cars. So we had our little swap over, and we are now on the second section of the cable car. Let's see if I can get this right. And we are heading to the summit of Mount Kazbrowy Wierch, which is right on the border between Poland and Slovakia. In fact, once you're up there, you can go for a little walk and you can have 1 foot in Slovakia and 1 foot in Poland. I must admit, I've never taken a cable car, I've never been to a ski resort before, and I was really impressed with how smooth the cable car was. The cable car is designed to carry 30 to 60 people, and depending on which time of the year, there's people down there, and depending on the time of year, depends on how many people they cram into the cable car. Mrs. Retro was getting just a little bit twitchy at this stage because it was getting rather high and rather steep. But it looks lovely in the snow. Had we come up the second day, all the trees would have been completely covered in snow, but probably wouldn't have seen a thing because of the cloud cover. But it is absolutely glorious up here. And you saw there the other cable car going the other way and got a glimpse of the size of them. They are pretty big cars, and there was probably about 30 people in our car. I would not like to be in there when there's 60. That would be like being in a can of sardines. And I don't know if they do that more in the summer or they do that more in the winter. Do they do it more in the winter to get the skiers up there quicker, or do they do it more in the summer to get their money's worth and pack the tourists in for the views? I really don't know which way round it is. And that up there is the top of Mount Kazbrowy Wierch. You can see the station. That's where we got off, had a little wander around. And it was just amazing. I have never been this high in mountains, this big. It was amazing to see some snow, because in the south of England, where I live, snow is a very, very rare commodity indeed. So the temperature down at Kuznice, where the cable car started, it was -1 degrees centigrade, and at the top of the mountain, Kazbrowy Wierch, getting the hang of it now, it was -9, which is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And once up the top, the views were spectacular. That's as close as I could get to a tank for you. And there were the chairlifts for the guys that went skiing up there. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. But of course, what goes up must come down, and this is the journey down, not all the way to the bottom, but just to the midway changeover station. And I'm going to leave you to relax and enjoy the journey down to that station. I hope you enjoyed the video, just something a little bit different for you. It was lovely to have a holiday in Poland. I love Poland, and we spent 2 nights in Krakow and 2 nights in Zakopane to see some snow. Enjoy the journey down, keep safe, keep tanking, and I'll see you soon. Well done you if you've watched the video right to the end. It's only the really dedicated guys like you that just don't stop the video when I stop talking. We got to the train station on the way back, and obviously somebody overheard us talking in English, and he came over and he said, "I wonder if you can help me. Do you know if this is the train to Retro?" And I had a little pause, and he showed me his ticket, and it had Retro written on it. And I was a bit bemused because it was a bit of a coincidence. And anyway, I said, no idea, mate. Go down to the ticket office, they'll give you some information there. And I thought, is there really a place called Retro in Poland? And apparently there is. So maybe this needs to be my next destination. Who'd have thought?